Oh, welcome back. There's another 8x20 floating dock build for a customer. Already got my 12 barrels sealed. The caps are sealed with the liquid pipe sealant or a paste, whichever one you prefer to use, plus the original factory seals. I added valve stems so I can add 1.5 psi of air pressure, because here in Southeast Louisiana during the winter and fall our temperatures can drop down to the 40s at night and 80s to 90s during the day, and that causes the barrels to collapse. So by adding 1.5 psi on a cool day, when it warms up, it's still going to have some positive pressure in the barrel and to stop collapsing. Even if the barrel collapses, it's not a big problem. It looks more professional if it doesn't collapse. It was cheap and easy to add valve stems. Framing. Most of my lumber for the frame is paid for. 2x6 main frame. 94 inches wide. These four 2x6s are cut to 234 inches. Put it all together. You make sure it's square in all four corners, which mine is very square. Got lucky. And then you measure from across from corner to corner in an X pattern, and you get those measurements the same. That's another way to square it. These are placed 19 inches from the inside of this one to the inside of this one, all the way across. Same thing with that one. I'm going to have 2 rows of 6 barrels. Let me get my tape measure. Let's get a total measurement of this bad boy. I'm at 237 inches from end to end. If I did my measurements right, it should be the same on the other side. 237, I believe this I said was 94. 94 inches. It looks like I'm a 1/16 of an inch shy. I can live with that. Let's check back. This one should be 237. Oh, my tape measure fell off. 237. Check my 94. .94 inches. All right. So we got 237 by 94 inches. That's the main frame. That's what my frame needs to be in order for my barrels to fit in the guides of a standard pontoon trailer. This is an 18 to 20 foot pontoon trailer. It's from Sun Tracker, but it's a standard measurement for a pontoon boat. Now I use the frame. The trailer actually is my jig. I build the entire thing on the trailer. The only time it comes off the trailer is to launch. I use 4x4s to give me a foundation to rest all my 2x6s on, my main frame. Once I complete my next step, which I'll explain in a minute, I then raise it up and start dropping my barrels in place, and then I can remove the 4x4s altogether, and that's going to raise the overall deck height another 1.5 feet. Now from this point, once I get the main frame built, which is already secured, 3 4-inch exterior epoxy coated deck screws per joint for every 2x6. Once I get that done, I start cutting 2x6s to go across my 94 inches. One here. And I got to measure out carefully wherever there's be a gap between my 2 barrels. Another one. And another one, until I have all my gaps for my barrels covered. This does a few things, but while I'm securing those 2x6s, you want to secure the outsides first to maintain your 94 inches. And then you measure here. You get your 19 inches on the inside, which that one needs to move. You got to maintain that 19 all the way across on both sides. Once that is all done and secured, you can put temporary bracing. That's fine. But before you drop the weight of this on top of barrels, you have to have this secured at 19 inches. And those 2x6s I'm gonna put going across is gonna secure into every one of them. And then I come back and I put a 2x6 horizontal, make a T-brace. I'll get no flex and a lot of strength. yeah, it's built on the trailer, it stays on the trailer. And I usually use I cut barrels into strips, so I got pieces of barrels everywhere over here, and I use 3-inch wide strips of barrels to secure my barrels to the framing. This one's going to be done differently. I'm going to try out some stainless steel strapping. Now, I bought the banding tool to secure it down. It's rated tensile strength at 1,700 pounds of breaking strength, which is probably way more than a barrel has. And it's a bonus that it's stainless steel, but it's also more expensive on my end to build. So I did have to adjust my price from 8x20 floating docks. My customers understand. It looks nice and neat with the blue barrel straps, but I think stainless steel will be the way to go. Mainly because getting pretty barrels it's hard to get, and my entire business depends on used barrels that are in nice new shape. And lately I haven't been getting a lot of nice new ones. In fact, that's my last pile of nice new ones. In the back I've got 70 older looking ones. I can always use that for straps, but I don't think it would look right with a faded barrels for straps. I mean, they're all going to fade anyway, but I don't want to leave a first impression with mismatched barrel straps and colors. So yeah, that's where I am right now, getting this 8x20 knocked out for a customer. I got a lot of work, my regular job coming up, and I'm not gonna have time, so I need to do as much as I can to this one. My goal for today is complete the framing, maybe strap the barrels down tonight or tomorrow, and then work on deck boards if time and weather allows. That's another thing in Southeast Louisiana. I work outdoors. I don't have a shop. You know, nature is my shop. Well, this tree is my shop. So yeah, once I get a little further along in progress, I'll give some updates. And keep in mind, once everything's done, the barrels are strapped, all my bracings and supports are done, is being capped with the 2x8 is going to lay on the outside. I'm gonna let the 8 inches, I'm gonna put the bottom even with the 2x6 and the 8 inches on the upside, which is really like 7 inches or something, I believe. 7 and 3/8. So it's gonna be 7 3/8, and that's gonna be my deck height at 7 3/8. That's gonna allow the customer, if they want to bolt anything, it's gonna be twice the thickness right here. You know, you're gonna have about 3 inches of lumber that you can bolt anything you want, bumpers or whatever, handrails. The sides will be solid. You can bump into your boat; it's not gonna move. If you're not familiar with my builds, go ahead and check them out. But so far, all of my 8x20s are built like this, and I try to improve a little bit with each one. I'm shooting for this one to be my best one. We're gonna see how it turns out. And if it's not my best one, I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna make it my best. It's gonna be nice either way. It's gonna weigh roughly 1,000 pounds, and it's gonna be able to support 1,800 to 1,900 pounds at halfway submerged of the barrel. So you're looking at holding a ton of whatever you want to put on here, as long as you equalize the weight, and it should float nice and level with a ton and be very stable. All right, see y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all watching.